One of the first things you'll probably hear about Texas is that it doesn't have a state income tax. But if Texans aren't paying a state income tax, then how does Texas pay for roads, schools, and other government services? The answer is simpler than you might think, so let's break it down. When people say Texas has no state income tax, they mean the state of Texas does not tax the wages or salaries you earn. So unlike many other states, you won't see a Texas state income tax withheld from your paycheck. That doesn't mean Texans pay no taxes. It simply means Texas raises revenue in different ways. So how does Texas pay for things? Instead of relying on a state income tax, Texas collects revenue from several other sources. One of the largest is a state sales tax, and many cities and local governments also add a local sales tax up to the maximum allowed by law. Texas also collects revenue from business taxes, motor fuel taxes, taxes on oil and natural gas production, and vehicle registration fees, licensing fees, and many other sources. At the local level, cities, counties, and school districts and other local taxing units rely heavily on property taxes to pay for services like public schools, law enforcement, fire protection, roads, and other local government operations. It's important to remember that property taxes are local taxes, not state taxes. The reason why Texas does not have a state income tax is simply because Texas has never adopted a state income tax. During the 70s and 90s, there were repeated discussions about adopting a Texas income tax, but this was mostly brought on by budget challenges. And in 1993, voters approved a constitutional amendment requiring voter approval before any state personal income tax could take effect. And in 2019, voters made it even more difficult for the state to impose a state income tax. Voters approved another constitutional amendment that went even further by prohibiting the legislature from imposing an individual income tax unless the Constitution itself is amended first. So next time someone says Texas has no state income tax, you'll know what that actually means. Texans don't pay a personal income tax to the state of Texas. Instead, state and local government services are funded through a combination of sales tax, business tax, energy-related taxes, property taxes, fees, and other sources of revenue. If you enjoy straightforward explanations about Texas government, home buying, and how Texas really works, consider subscribing to Lone Star Breakdown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.